Welcome all to my next tutorial in Biostatistics. In this tutorial, I'll be talking about mode, which comes under measures of central tendency, that is average of position. Let's define mode first. Mode is defined as that value of the variable which has the maximum frequency. Now, let's see how we can find mode from discrete series. You can see here a question is given here which shows the chitin percentage of 15 insects of a species. And the first step, what we have to do is, this being a discrete series, the first step, what we have to do is make a frequency distribution table. We have mentioned in the previous tutorials how we make a frequency distribution table, and here on the screen you can see the frequency distribution table made with the data which is given in the question. And in this frequency distribution table, that is the first step, you can see the variable 84 is having the maximum frequency. Here the maximum frequency is 3 and the variable 84 is having the maximum frequency. So 84 is the mode of this data, and the answer is mode is equal to 84. And here the data is said to be unimodal. Unimodal means only one mode. Only 84 has maximum frequency. So only one variable is having maximum frequency. This type is known as unimodal and it shows the highest frequency. Now let's see a different question. And this unimodal data, the pattern which we followed or the method which we followed to find the mode is simple inspection method. That is, simply by observing the data, we could find which is having maximum frequency, and that is known as inspection method. Inspection method is applied for unimodal variables. Now let's see next type, that is where more than one variable is having maximum frequency. That is known as bimodal. If more than one variable is having maximum frequency, that is known as bimodal, or if more than two, that's known as multimodal. Let's see how you can solve a question which is given here. The question shows the weight of 50 cockroaches and the frequency is shown here. And here you can observe, first step, what we have to do is make a frequency distribution table. The frequency distribution table you can see on the screen. And here, as I said, two variables, that is 25 and 26 is having maximum frequency, that is frequency of 9. The highest frequency is 9. Both 25 and 26 is having maximum frequency. This is known as bimodal. And for if we get a question like this, how we solve is by the grouping method. The bimodal or multimodal variables, we use grouping method. Let's see how we solve a question with the grouping method. The first step is to make a table with the variables. Then you have to make a table with the first column should be for frequency, and in this question we have added 6 columns. And grouping method means you have to group the frequency. Now let's see how we are going to group the variable. The first column for variables, second for frequency, and here you can see 25 and 26 is having maximum frequency. Because there are two variables having maximum frequency, we have to find out of that which is correct mode. For that we use grouping method. Then grouping means first in groups of 2. So you have to add 2 frequencies together, that is 4 plus 2, it comes to 6. That is grouping. Then next 2 variables, 6 plus 4, it comes to 10. Then 9 plus 9, that comes to 18. Then 7 plus 5, 12. 1 plus 4, 5. This is the how we have to complete the first column in grouping method. That is group of 2. Now, in the next column or column 3, in column 3 what you have to do is, in groups of 2 we take ignoring the first variable. You have to ignore the first variable, first frequency. First frequency is ignored and the other 2 frequencies are added up. That means 2 plus 6. That is how we do in this method, and it comes to 6 plus 10, that is 60, not 6 plus 10, 2 plus 6 comes to 8. Then next is 4 plus 9 comes to 13. 9 plus 7 comes to 16. Then 5 plus 1, 6. Last only one value is the frequency is there, that can be ignored again. Now next is groups of 3. That is 3 frequencies has to be grouped and added up. First, in the fourth column, 3 frequencies have to be added up. Groups of 3. Groups of 3, that is 4, 2 and 6. 4 plus 2 plus 6. So 4 plus 2, 6. 6 plus 6 comes to 12. Then again group of 3 is 4 plus 9 plus 9. It comes to 22. Then again next group, that is 7 plus 5 plus 1, and that comes to 13. Then 4 we ignore. Again you have to go on with the fifth column. In fifth column again group of 3 but ignoring the first frequency. The frequency 4 is ignored here. Then you have to take this 3, that is 2 plus 6 plus 4, that comes to 12. 2 plus 6 plus 4. Then next 3, that is 9 plus 9 plus 7, that comes to 25. Then next 3, 5 plus 1 plus 4, that comes to 10. That is a group of 3. And in the sixth column you have to, that is also group of 3, but ignoring the first 2 values. We have to ignore the first 2 frequencies. So grouping of 3 is done from the third one, that is 6 plus 4 plus 9. 6 plus 4 plus 9. The 2 values are ignored. 6 plus 4 plus 9. It comes to 19. The next is 9 plus 7 plus 5. 9 plus 7 plus 5. It comes to 21. Remaining only 2 values are there, so that can be ignored. This is how we have to complete the first table. Now let's see how we find mode, the correct mode from this table. For that you have to again make another table in which you can write the maximum frequencies. So this column, this table has 2 columns. One for the columns, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. The columns has to be included there. Then the items which are having maximum frequencies. These are the 2 parts in that in this table. Here in column 1, that is the first column, maximum which all variable is having maximum frequency. And here in column 1, 2 variable, that is 25 and 26. 25 and 26 is having maximum frequency. So you have to write here 25 and 26. Then next in column 2. Column 2 maximum frequency is 18. Column 2, the maximum frequency is 18. So 18 how did we get? By adding 9 and 9. 18 we got by adding 9 plus 9. So 9 corresponds to 25 and 26. So again you write here 25 and 26. here. That is 18 is the maximum value here, and that corresponds to 9 and 9. We got 18 by adding 9 and 9, and this is corresponding to 25 and 26. That's how we got 25 and 26. Now column 3. In column 3, the maximum number is, or the highest frequency is 16. And we got the 16 by adding 9 plus got by adding 9 plus 7. So 16 in 16, 9 and 7 are included. So 9 corresponds to 26 and 7 corresponds to 27. So 16 is, we can write 16 is 9 plus 7, and 9 and 7 are frequencies of 26 and 27. So we'll write here 26 and 27. Now moving to the fourth column. In fourth column, the maximum frequency is 22. 22 is the highest frequency, and this 22 we got by adding 4 plus 9 plus 9. So 22 corresponds to these three variables. 22 we got by adding 4, 9 and 9. And these three together it is 24, 25 and 26 adds to 22. So we can write 24, 25 and 26. 24, 25 and 26. Now next is column 5. In column 5 the highest frequency is 25, and we got 25 by adding 9 plus 9 plus 7, and we got 25 by adding 9 plus 7, 9 plus 9 plus 7, and 9 and 7 corresponds to 25, 26 and 27. So you can write here 25, 26 and 27. That is column 5. Then next is column 6. Column 6, the highest frequency is 21. 21 is the highest frequency, and we got 21 by adding these three values, that is 9 plus 7 plus 5, and 9, 7 and 5 corresponds to 26, 27 and 28. So you can write here 26, 27 and 28. That is how we write this, complete this table, and we can even go up to column 7, 8, 9, and that depends on if the variable is a multi-model type also, because this is a bimodal with 6 columns would be enough. We can write as many number of columns as we like depending on the need. Now let's see out of this which is having maximum frequency, and here you can add total. We'll take the total. 24 is coming only once. 25, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Frequency of 25 is 4. Then coming to frequency of 26, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. 6 is the frequency of 26. Now frequency of 27, 1, 2 and 3. Frequency of 27 is 3 and frequency of 28 is 1. So from this table we can conclude the maximum frequency is coming for the variable 26. So 26 is the mode. 26 is having maximum frequency of 6. 6 is the maximum frequency, and so here mode is equal to 26. This is what is known as grouping method, because we are grouping the frequencies and finding the correct mode, and this grouping method is applied when there is, if the data is bimodal or multimodal. Now next we will see how we can compute the mode from a continuous, series or grouped data. These two we did with the discrete series of data. And now let's see how we can compute mode from a continuous series, data which is continuous series. And mode, the equation for mode which we use is mode is equal to M is equal to L1 plus Fm minus F1 the whole divided by 2 Fm minus F1 minus F2 the whole multiplied by I. Whole is multiplied by I. This is the equation used for finding mode. And here L1 corresponds to the lower limit of the class interval. Then Fm stands for the mode class. And then Fm is the frequency of mode class. F1 is the frequency of the class preceding the mode class. Then F2 is the frequency of class succeeding the mode class, and I is the class width. Now let's solve a question and how we'll compute the mode with the equation. And here is the question given on the screen. It shows the length of 15 earthworms. And the first step, as I said earlier, the first step what we have to do is make a table, and the table should include class interval, then the frequency, the table which shows class interval and frequency. That is the first step which we have to do to solve a question with equation. So with the data which is given here, we can make a small frequency table with the class interval and frequency. With the data given here, I have split the class intervals to from 30 to 34, then from 35 to 39, and 40 to 45. 42, 40, 41, 42, 43, 40, 42, 44. It is always better you use a inclusive type. So here the frequency, the number which comes, the frequency of the variables which is coming between 30 and 34, we can find from the question, that is 3. From 35 to 39, the variables which comes in between, in the range of 35 to 39, it is 7. And 40 to 45, it is 5. Now, the first step what we have to do is identify the values of these variable, that is L1. L1, I said, the lower limit of the mode class. Now, first step is you have to find the mode class. Mode class is the class which is having mode class. Mode class is the class having maximum frequency, and here the maximum frequency is 7. Here the maximum frequency is 7. So this is the mode class. Mode class is the class having maximum frequency. So that is the first step. So we have identified the mode class, and now we have to find the value of L1. L1 is equal to the lower limit of the mode class. Lower limit of the mode class is 35. Now next is Fm. Fm is the frequency of the mode class. The frequency of mode class is 7. Next is F1. F1 is the frequency of the class preceding. Preceding means just before the mode class. The class just before the mode class is known as the preceding class. So F1 is the frequency of the class just before the mode class. So F1 is equal to 3. Now F2 is the frequency of the class which comes just after the mode class. That is, just after the mode class is this class, that is 40 to 44. That is F2 is equal to 5. Now next is I. I is the class width. I is the class width. Class width, we have explained in the previous tutorials how we calculate this. That is, we have to subtract find the difference between the class, that is the class width difference. Here it is I is equal to 35 minus, that is lower limit of two classes, 35 minus 30, that is equal to 5. So in this question the class width is 5. And let's substitute the values here. M is equal to L1 is 35 plus Fm is equal to 7 minus 3 divided by 2 into Fm, 7 minus 3 minus 5, the whole multiplied by 5. That is how we substitute. We have substituted the values and now we will solve the answer. That is 35 plus 4 divided by 14 minus 3 minus 5 into 5. That comes to, that is equal to 35 plus 4 divided by 6 into 5. That's equal to 35 plus 20 by 6 is equal to 35 plus 3.33. So the answer is 38.33. The mode for this question is 38.33. That is the answer. And let me tell you one more thing, that is, we have solved our question. There's a second question with the help of grouping method. Even that question can also be solved by applying this equation. You can try with the same question by applying the equation. So let me conclude by saying modes of two types, that is unimodal, in which only single variable have higher frequency, bimodal, in which more than two variables have highest frequency, multimodal means more than two variables having highest frequency. And in unimodal type we apply inspection method. For bimodal we apply grouping method, and also we can find mode by using equation. Now this is given the merits and demerits of the mode, and I thank you for